Hi, I'm back doing an energy reading for air signs. Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Why you survived 2025 for Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. This reading is for those who made it through 2025 and know it changed them. If you don't feel like you survived, if you don't feel like, just barely, this may or may not resonate with you. Messages for Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Why they survived 2025. And the first question we're going to ask is, what did 2025 try to break within the collective? Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. What did 2025 try to break within the collective of air signs? Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Thank you. I'm hearing this is the same card for all of the signs. Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Which is interesting, right? That this one card, I'm getting to take it for all of the signs, because the other videos, the other elements, earth, water, and fire, each of those zodiacs had their own card. And you may relate it to all of it, but it was your own, there was a specific thing, respectively, of each of the zodiacs. But this spirit is saying that, for this collective, for the air collective, it's the same thing. So what did 2025 try to break within the air collective of Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini? We have juniper, invigorate, juniper. Juniper berry is good for banishing, among other things, right? But let's get into this intuitively. Juniper, invigorate. I'm hearing, I was hearing safety, but then it was like sanity. Like safety, sanity, and I guess if your sanity was attacked or 2025 tried to break that for you, that can be considered quite unsafe. What is this in the 3D for the air sign collective? Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. This invigorate in 2025 trying to break their sanity, trying to have you go insane in the membrane. What is this in the physical for air? Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Thank you. Invigorate. This was you trying to have a relationship with somebody, trying to have emotional fulfillment, a regulation of the emotions, soothing of the nervous system with somebody that could have been somebody's partner, could have been you and they were your partner and it didn't work out with this lover card, but it's just giving the focus, which you know now, should have been on balancing out, bringing harmony to the masculine and feminine energy within yourself. I read intuitively. My readings are not gender nor sexuality specific. I read the energies of masculine and feminine. So, and we all have masculine and feminine energy, no matter your gender or how you identify. So with this lovers, it's just your sanity was on the line dealing with this, trying to get this emotional fulfillment, this emotional intelligence, this nurturing, this love, this harmony, right? Because we got harmony here and harmony here. Both of these have harmony. This is divine love and harmony, and this is divine love, harmony, union, partnership, things of this nature, right? Inner happiness. But you were dealing with somebody that really tried to break your mental, because juniper puts me in the mind of third eye, crown chakra. And they're depending on what you're looking at, they may be denoted by the color purple. Sometimes the third eye is purple or indigo, and the crown is white, or the third eye is purple and the crown is indigo. And we got some purple up in here, right? But it's given, this wasn't faded. You know that now. That this wasn't faded though. But it definitely tried to come for your mental. It's just giving your wherewithal in your mind. I want to say mind, body, and spirit, but it's heavily in your mind was being tested. It's just like you were a shell of yourself at moments with some of the actions you took to try to get this love, this emotional, this divine harmony, this fulfillment. And you could have, the goal could have been like, well, we have the harmony, but I want a family. Or we have the family, but I want harmony between us. It's just even something wasn't right. Anything else here? How did this play out? Me one card for Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini as it relates to why they survived 2025. How did this play out? And I feel like the why you survived is basically because what you know now, that you should have been focusing on the harmony within yourself. It's like part of your purpose is what you needed to do. How did this play out? This was a lot of sex and games. Sex and games. Passion. I feel like it was passionate, but it was still sex and games, and it kept beginning again with this new beginnings here with the Fool. And then it's like you're cutting your... So this was the whole cycle. Sex, begin again, conflict, right? Conflict, sex, begin again, conflict. Sex, new beginnings, new cycle starting, conflict, sex, let's start this over, more bullshit, sex, let's start this over, more bullshit, sex, let's start this over, more bullshit. Like, this was the cycle. The sex always like, well, maybe we can do this, right? But then the inner turmoil, the inner conflict, the competition, the chaos, right? This is really kind of giving, like, you see it says abusive relationships. Like, it's given like you may have gotten what you wanted, but at what cost? You know, there's still some, even if you got what you wanted, it's like, well, at least I got what I wanted. It's just like you still were, the wound, the whole act of it, you were still smarting. There was still some, man, I got what I wanted, but ooh, if I could, and I wish I would have, and you know what I'm saying? It just doesn't feel that great. But let's see what inner strength was forged because of this for Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. What inner strength was forged because of this, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Thank you. Knight of Wands. Fast movement. I feel like this is like action towards yourself. Knight of Wands, Page of Swords. You've really been actions towards yourself, like, is what this is giving me. But this Page of Swords, I feel like you've been studying new ideas, new ways of being for yourself. Because I feel like you don't want to be... You don't want to be in this again, like, you know, the bad luck, the no control with this Wheel of Fortune in reverse. The resistance to change, the breaking cycles, negative phase. I feel like you broke the cycle, right? You know what I mean? But the whole, the energy, the bad energy, the negative, you know, you're going towards yourself. You're putting action towards yourself, mind, body, and spirit, to figure out new ideas, new knowledge, new ways of being, mental energy here with yourself. Because it's like, this almost took me out of here mentally. Like, I would have been a vegetable. you know, but you ended these cycles and you're like, okay, let me get me together because this ain't it. And I feel like you realize that whole lovers, we're soulmates, we're twin flames, we're destined to be together, we're divine partnership. And it's just like you may have felt that, but maybe that person isn't activated. Or maybe you felt it because you had to bring that balance within yourself to bring in this soulmate and divine partnership. This other relationship may have been the catalyst. And you didn't know that at the time. Let's see here. What unseen protection was active during 2025 for Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini as it relates to this reading? What unseen protection was active during 2025 for air signs, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini? Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini, what unseen protection was active in 2025? I'm hearing heavily you had guidance, right? But we're going to get into these cards. Clarity. You were getting clarity from somebody from outside of you. It could have been a book, could have been a program, could have been a person, could have been a homie, could have been a coworker, could have even been your dreams. With this light, I'm getting clarity. Is what you received here. Emotional withdrawal. What unseen protection? And we have justice with the heart chakra. So this is all heart energy with these green bordered cards. With this emotional withdrawal and choose wisely. You're going with a dissension there from 8 to 7. And these are all major arcanas. We have the light here. Like I said, this was like some clarity forged. I'm feeling like it's giving me the sun. I'm hearing, here comes the sun. And the sun can be revealing too, but the sun is success, abundance, right? I feel like part of the protection was like you were kind of kept busy during certain parts of 2025. You know, or maybe all of 25. You made time for this regardless, right? This lover's card and things of that nature. But I feel like the unseen protection was you were kept busy. Then we have the justice card in tarot, but this is the balance card. 1111, you may have started seeing, and 777. You will start seeing 444 the closer you get to figuring out ways of being with yourself and balancing out yourself with that Page of Swords. But this is the heart chakra here. And this is the action organ for the sacral chakra. So when I was saying earlier, like it was a cycle of sex, new beginnings, conflict, sex, new beginnings, conflict. The heart chakra, because this was the unseen protection, is the action organ for the sex organs, the sacral chakra. So with that being said, right, I feel like the unseen protection was the reveal here, the light, the illumination. Like I said, whether it be your dreams, a person, you know, things of that nature. I feel like that constantly happened. Like even if you wanted to ignore everything, you know, and keep going at this blindly, because if you're choosing to ignore, then you're not blind. You see it. You just don't want to act on it or totally comprehend the ramifications and the repercussions, because you would have to make some changes. If common sense, unless you say, well, I just want to be a fool, I want to be an idiot. But I don't feel like any air sign is doing that. But like I said, the sun is coming in to bring some illumination, right? But then the emotional withdrawal. So I feel like you constantly, just like this stuff was a cycle, the sex, the beginning again, and the conflict. I feel like the illumination. Then now you got me thinking and emotional withdrawal. Now I'm going to choose this. And I feel like a lot of this insight came with you choosing, well, let me try a different way to approach this with this person so I can have this. Let me try a different way. Maybe if I do this, they'll come in. Maybe if I do that, this will be more consistent. So then you choosing wisely. But then the balance comes, because now you got the result of those choices and it's unbalanced, and you're constantly seeing that. So then the balance is coming in your mental state, but then now you are admitting to yourself, you're not ignoring it anymore. that this is some bullshit. So now you're in your feelings, but not in a way that some air signs can intellectualize their feelings. I feel like this balance caused you to feel your feelings. So the unseen protection that was active during 2025 for air signs was feeling your emotions, honoring them, allowing them to be felt, not dismissing them, not overanalyzing them. If this is resonating with you, follow me on to gumroad.com. I'm going to post the second half of this. And we're going to talk about why you were specifically preserved. Are there any new activations and, intuitive gifts, things of that nature? Was there any soul contracts that were completed or needs to be completed? Was there any ancestral patterns, karmic or otherwise, ended through you in 2025? And what role are you meant to step into in 2026? We may get into something else too if it comes up. But yeah, if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. And if you want the second half of it, the link will be listed below in the description box. Thank you.